Long time no see. Sorry I kind of just disappeared on the 5th day of Vlogmas in December. But December was an incredibly difficult month for me physically. And then January got busy and today I'm having a day off and I randomly thought, I haven't posted a video in a long time. I want to do an update for my own sake. So if you remember in my last video, I had mentioned that I had been diagnosed with gastritis after getting COVID, and I was still dealing with it and it was really uncomfortable. And so yeah, that actually wasn't gastritis. I mean, it was, but the cause of it, there's a little bit more going on, I guess I should say. So my PCP is the one that diagnosed me with gastritis and prescribed me an anti-nausea med. She also prescribed me a medicine that would coat the stomach, kind of like Pepto-Bismol, but it didn't do anything. The anti-nausea medicine helped, but it's not something that I can take regularly because of side effects that it has. So I basically spent all of December just miserable. I was so sick throughout all of December with just a lot of crazy gastrointestinal issues. There isn't much to say other than any type of gastrointestinal symptom you can experience, I was experiencing, and it just makes everything else so difficult because if you can't eat properly, then you're not fueling your body, and so it was making my dizziness worse. I was exhausted. It was just a whole bunch of stuff. Anyway, what's really interesting is that back in October, I had seen my naturopath. I decided to go back to my naturopath, if you'll remember. And I honestly can't remember why she decided to do a stool analysis at that time. Because at that time, the only gastrointestinal issue I was having was occasional pain across my belly button, like a line across my belly button, occasional nausea. But for the most part, my dizziness, like always, was the big issue, and that feeling of lightheadedness and weakness, that whole side of things. So I was willing to just be dealing with this very mild, minor pain across my belly button from time to time, So I don't know if me mentioning that is what made my naturopath decide to do. I don't know. I honestly cannot remember why, but I'm really glad she did, because then in November, the end of November, when I got COVID, that then triggered something inside my body, and then I was sick all of December into January. Now, we finally got the results of that stool analysis. It took a long time. So at that time too, my white blood cell count was pretty high, and this had been the case throughout all of last year. And I really don't understand why my PCP or any other doctor, before I saw my naturopath, why any other doctor didn't think hey, her white blood cells are too high. Let's figure out why. I don't know. I've lost a lot of faith. But anyway, so we found out why through this stool analysis. The reason my white blood cells have been so high is because my body is fighting a pretty significant bacterial infection in my gut. There's a couple of different ones, but there's one main one that's the big bad. And my naturopath was I'm surprised that you weren't feeling more of how you felt in December earlier. It's interesting that it took COVID to agitate it enough to make me feel what was actually happening, because the stool analysis happened before I got COVID. So the bacterial infection was already happening inside me, but it took getting COVID, which attacks the weakest part of your body, and causes inflammation. So it took that for me to really start to feel what was happening in my body. Weird. Aside from the fact that I have had high white blood cells for the majority of the year, and it's no wonder, because my body is fighting another chronic infection. My naturopath obviously did not want to treat me with antibiotics because that can cause even more problems. And who knows, maybe, I don't know. We didn't go that route. Instead, I am on boxes full of not medication, but like supplements, right? We're trying to attack this naturopathically. And I will say that I have improved quite a bit. I'm now back to where I was like in October. So I still have that pain across my belly button here and there. Some days it's worse. Yesterday it was worse. And I think the days that it's worse are the days that I'm like more anxious. Like I'm pretty sure there's an anxiety component. I'm like 99% sure there's an anxiety component there because I was really stressed about work, which is another thing, yesterday. But today is my day off. I'm resting, I'm doing chores, and I haven't had any pain. So I think that and the way that my PCP explained it, that pain across my belly button is like where your small intestine where my small intestines would be. And so she described it as like my small intestine in that area are spasming, and that's what's causing the pain. So she had said, like, be aware of what you eat, as if I don't already do that. And then my naturopath was like, you should go even further than just being aware of what you eat, because obviously I was already being aware of what I eat, but that I should probably go through another cycle of cutting out dairy as well as gluten. So I've done that, which has helped. But like I said, I do still experience that pain across the belly button. The PCP did prescribe me a medication that is supposed to be like an spastic. So you take it before you eat, and it's supposed to like relax the small intestine. But the thing is, my body didn't like that. Big surprise there. I had horrible side effects. I was really, really sick for like, I was only on the medication for like 2, maybe 3 days, and it took me like over a week to recover from the side effects. So I don't take that. I'm just like, whatever. Knowing that knowing that it's like spasms of the small intestine, like relieved my anxiety about it. And then with the knowledge of the naturopath who is treating like the actual infection. And see, that's the thing. Like, my naturopath wants to figure out what the root cause is and then treat the root cause, whereas my PCP wants to just treat symptoms. And it just doesn't make any sense because treating symptoms ends up being a prescription medication, which I'm not like against generally speaking, but for me, because of my ultra sensitive body, like rarely do I react well to a prescription medication. So anyway, it's fine. I will say though that I am taking a lot of supplements and stuff, and it is so costly, and I'm just putting it all on a credit card and just paying it off so slowly. But let me take you through real quick. So I'm not going to show you exactly what all of this stuff is because it doesn't really matter, but yeah. So in the morning when I first wake up, like before I do anything, I do a probiotic, and then I've got a adrenal support thing, supplement, and then I take a histamine. It has something to do with the histamines. I don't know. I've had to like label the tops of my bottles so that I know how many to take and when to take them. So this says 2 a.m., but it just means you take 2 of them the first thing in the morning. And then this says 2 breakfast, 2 dinner, which means 2 before breakfast and 2 before dinner. Okay, you get it. And then this box of supplements is over by my desk where I eat. So after I'm done eating breakfast, I then take this I had already been on. This is my, the supplement I take that clears out bad estrogen, which has like helped with my cycles and stuff. This I was also already on. I take 2 of those. That's also hormonal support for me. Sunshine, vitamin D stuff. And then, minerals, because this is a thing that I like about my naturopath, is when I spoke to her last, she was like, Lizzie, intuitively tell me Like, what do you feel like is wrong with your body? Because you're the one that's living inside your body. You're the one that is experiencing what's going on. Like, how do you feel? Like, what do you feel it is? And honestly, I feel like one of my biggest problems is that my body just doesn't hydrate very well. Despite the fact that I drink a gallon of water a day, I just feel like I don't hydrate very well. So it could easily be like a mineral imbalance. I've done a blood test in the past, like years ago, that tested that. Was it blood work? No, I think it was actually a urine test. I think it's the urine test where you have to like collect your pee for like over a day, like in one jug, and then they test that. I don't know. Maybe I'm confusing that with something else, but I have done that. And it showed that my minerals were really low. And so anyway, she put me back on minerals. I had been on these before, but went off of them. So I've been on that again. So that's all that I take in the afternoon, and then, or in the morning after breakfast. And then at night, I take a cortisol manager. So it helps like reduce the cortisol levels throughout the night. This is supposed to help me sleep. It's supposed to help calm my anxiety at night. When I first started taking this, it did wonders. It was like a miracle drug. I've now been on it for maybe a couple of months, and it does not do, I don't know if it's just not doing what it used to do or if there's something else going on, but I am struggling to sleep, like have quality sleep. Doesn't matter what I try, I cannot stay asleep throughout the night. I'm also having trouble like falling asleep. But it's really that staying asleep that's impossible. I'm awake off and on all night. So that's fun. And I'm trying to get that under control because sleep is like so important, as we all know. Anyway, so yeah, and then these are so I guess I'm not on a bunch of stuff that I'm on. It seems like so much, but there were other things. So another thing that showed up in the stool analysis is like too high of like candida. So I'm on a candida yeast supplement to reduce that. And then these are just to support the bacterial infection. And I have two other supplements over there. The reason they're over there is because that's where I eat dinner, and I'm supposed to take them with dinner. Yeah, I think that's it. So it's a lot. Oh, and then of course I'm doing my glutathione and my vitamin C, which is over there in the cupboard. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 bottles, but a lot of them I take 2 of. So that's a lot that I'm taking every day, but I am seeing improvement slowly but surely. I'm getting more blood work done in a couple of weeks to see where my white blood cells are, because that'll give us a good idea. If they're back down, then we know that this is doing something. Well, you know, some of them are. The other ones are to support my hormones, the minerals, that kind of stuff. Very long story short, December was the hardest month of the entire year, and last year was already hard on top of that. But it's a new year. January, things started to calm down. I then got a promotion at work, and it's a promotion. I joined a new team at work, so I've got new responsibilities. I'm working a set of hours, because before it was just like I worked on my own schedule whenever, and now I've got like 3 days where I have a set shift doing something different. I really, really like it. The thing is, I have 2 monitors, and I'm looking back and forth between the monitors to do what I gotta do. And I think it's a lot for my dizzy little brain. And so I have felt so dizzy and so like queasy, motion sick along with it. I think my body just needs to acclimate to it, because I after 3 days in a row, my body's done. It can't do anymore. But I'm optimistic. I'm really, really optimistic that my body will acclimate. I won't be as dizzy. And I'm changing up my setup, like raising my computer a little bit. So we'll see. I'm making adjustments. I'll make it work because 1, I really need the money. 2, I really like making money. 3, I do like the job. I want to keep doing the job. So yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it. My birthday's in a week. I don't have any plans. I'm not making any plans. I'm one of those people that is really stressed out about my birthday because there's like a lot of pressure, and it's never like a super fun day, you know? There's always something. Like last year, my only plan was I was gonna go to the bookstore with my mom, and then I ended up getting sick, like on top of already being like my normal sick, and I just couldn't go. And I'm most likely gonna be on my period next week, so I'm making no plans. It's just gonna be another normal day. I have set aside some money, so in case I decide I wanna buy something like online for my birthday, it's there. But yeah, I'm doing okay. I just hope that I can get what's going on under control, and hopefully one day this dizziness, I can tackle this dizziness. Who knows? Because I still can't really drive very far because I'm dizzy, and I don't feel safe driving more than just like down the street. So yeah, that's my update. I hope that your end of the year was good and that your beginning of the year was good. And if you're struggling with your health, I'm sorry, and I hope that you're able to get the help you need, and because you deserve it. We all deserve to be supported and to get the help. And so anyway. Oh, the other thing, because I just like scrolled through my last video to see what I was even talking about. My Christmas gift to myself in December was a Kindle, and that thing totally paid for itself in a month, because last month I read 6 books. I feel like I read 6 books all of last year. No, I read more than 6 books last year, but like in 1 month I have already read 6 books. Since then I've read another 2 books, so I feel like it's already paid off. I love it. I love it so much. I'm so happy that I bought it for myself. And then the other Christmas present that I said that I bought for myself that wasn't there yet, but it's this really cool jigsaw puzzle from Good Mythical Morning, if you're familiar with that YouTube channel. I love puzzles so much, and so when they made this, I was like, I am on board. But I didn't know like when it would be shipping because it was a pre-order thing. This came like towards the end of the end of December, and I was able to spend time putting it together. I've already done it. I should have taken a video of it completed, but you'll just have to trust me that I actually did it. And yeah, I love it. So anyway, I don't know when I will see you again, because like I have mentioned in the past, my job, I'm looking at a screen. Now I'm looking at 2 screens all day long, and I just don't have it in me to edit videos. So yeah, I miss making them because I enjoyed making them, but I just can't look at a screen any longer than I already am. So I don't know when I'll see you again, but I hope you're doing well. Be safe, be well. I hope you find ways to enjoy your life, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.